What's going on YouTube? How is everybody today? Good to hear. So today I want to talk about an album by a guy named Matthew Herbert. The name of the album Score. It was released in 2007 on K7 and Accidental Music. Matthew Herbert, he's a kind of a electronic pioneer type of guy, very experimental. He's got multiple personalities and stuff like that. He's a very prolific guy. He's got a big portfolio of work. He's made all kinds of house music and micro house music and dance and experimental electro. He's been, you know, he does a little bit of everything. He's just like a wizard with the sampler wizard. I'm not sure where he's from, but anyway, this album's called Score, and it's just a bunch of his work he's done for European movies. It's an album that spans like 10 years from 1996 to 2006 for mostly European movies and short films. One song is like 10 minutes long, and it's for a ballet, for a dance theater. And yeah, pretty much what all you get with this album is just a bunch of like, well, there's a kind of a diverse amount of things going on here, ranging from like big band music, like swing music, some sort of like a little bit of jazz going on here, lots of acoustic guitars and like lots of string sections and like jazz horns. There's also some like kind of experimental electronic music mixed in with the orchestration sometimes. You'll get some weird kind of percussive noise and stuff like that, muffled beats and shit like that, weird digital interjections, but it's for the most part just like an orchestrated kind of big band kind of album. The ballet song has a little bit of choral vocals on it and stuff, but it's a lyricless album. It's mostly just instrumental. It's 16 songs, 46 minutes long. A lot of blogs on the internet were saying it's 17 songs long, but it's only 16. Like the last song 16, and when I push stop, it says 16 on it. But whatever, yeah. Matthew Herbert's a classically trained pianist too, and there's a lot of piano and marimbas on here. Upright bass, accordions, oboes, your typical, like, you know, string section, orchestra type music, and it's just pretty much all it is just music for like European drama movies or romantic comedies, psychodramas, like chase scenes and stuff like that. There's also music on here that was like rejected. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Like, I didn't really think much of it at first. And, like, it's kind of music you just have to kind of play in the background, because I was sitting down listening to it and I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of bored. It's kind of, you know, making me sleepy. But then I was playing video games on my computer and I turned the music off and just used this as music, and it was perfect. Like, if you're doing something, like you're doing house cleaning, you're playing a video game, you're doing something other than like focusing on the music, this is good music, because it's, you know, it's kind of avant-garde, kind of experimental. It's not your typical boring kind of soundtrack music. It's alright, but it's just something you can't really focus on because there's nothing really like gripping on here. Like, there's a lot of like moments of like fleeting interest going on, like to where something's interesting going on, but not a lot. Like, just, you know, fancy dinner party music. I guess on this, like, he's a very like I said before, he's a very good sampler. He's a wizard with the sampler. There's supposed to be like 700 samples on here, 780, something like that. He like samples a guy getting sick. He samples a coffin in the first song, like the sounds of a coffin. I guess that would mean like opening the lid and stuff. I don't know. I couldn't hear a coffin and I was listening to it. I guess he puts everything through like a filter, so you can't really tell. Because that's usually what he does. He's made a variety of like concept albums before in his career too. He's made a concept album about food, about people eating and like food being prepared and like crunching and slurping and like sounds of a kitchen. He's made an album called Bodily Functions, which does the same thing, except I guess with bodily functions. So yeah, he's a very experimental guy. Some people said he was Brian Eno for the 21st century, and another blogger said he was a one-man Radiohead. I'm like, that didn't really make sense. It's like, one-man Radiohead. I don't know, get real, buddy. But yeah, he likes to interject a lot of politics into his work too, into his art. And these are houses in Lebanon from the war, I guess, in 2006, or the pre-war, and like the houses got bombed later. So he's showing like bombed houses in Lebanon for artwork in his soundtrack work. But yeah, like, it's not that great an album. Like, the music on here is really like well done. Like, you can tell it was pretty hard to make all these arrangements and melodies and all that. Like, it can't be easy to like write soundtrack music all by yourself and like compose things, but there are, like I said, like fleeting moments of like something interesting going on or something unusual. There's actually something kind of gripping going on, but for the most part, like this song, it's like church music. But there are some good songs in here. I'll just skip this one. Anyway, but yeah, Matthew Herbert, like he has like his other CDs are really good too, like his more electro kind of dance music kind of shit. It's actually really good. Like I have his one CD called Scale, and it's a pretty awesome CD, pretty catchy stuff on there. But yeah, I can't really recommend this soundtrack to anybody unless you're planning on making a video or like a movie or something and need some scene music. It's got some good scene music on there. There's a lot of tracks online you can check out. Matthew Herbert, 2007, Score, K7, and Accidental. Soundtrack music.